Welcome back to the channel, guys. Gold Fever has started, and I did make top 5K on the food event, but it required me spending like 7 gems before the end of the event to rush farms and and collect all of my gold and spend it on making the farms. So we started this event with no gold at all. The event started an hour late though, but the timer didn't compensate for it, meaning it started at 1 day 23 hours as far as I know. But I'm going to be seeing if we make more gold than we did before. I'm guessing currently we make about the same gold as we did before because we deleted so many monsters that were already level 100 that had gold runes on. They were just tiny gold runes, and then I didn't want to put tiny gold runes on my Hyperias. I really want to get fours or five team golds on them would be nice. I still need to get the habitats maxed, but either way, I think next Gold Fever I will be collecting, or I will be saving to collect when the event starts instead of using the event to measure how much gold I make. Currently, I'm making gold runes, and I'm working on trying to make what I would call baby mutant runes. Basically, for like my PvP monsters and stuff, I'm trying to get team speed lives and team speed staminas. But I've run into hiccups with the book rewards and trying to turn them into 10s. It's just taking too damn long, meaning when they fail and I get a 9 back, that's 20 hours that my rune crafter is busy. Meaning, just today, I unlocked 6 more level 9 through 10 chests that I haven't opened that I'll open when Rune Lord starts. Plus, I'll collect the 2 10s from the Pump Seed book when Rune Lord starts. But unless I open up 10s, it's going to be hard to make 10s because of just how long it takes. Like, sometimes I even wish I just get an 8 instead of getting a 9 back, because we're talking if you put a 9 in and you get a 9 back, and then you put the same 9 back in and you get an 8 back, you just spent 32 hours of your runecrafter busy making an 8. That's insanity to me. And every hour that your runecrafter is busy trying to make 8s, 9s, and 10s, it can't be pumping out every 2 hours a gold rune for your Hyperia. So that's where I'm stuck at with that, is I'd like to get some gold runes pumping out for Hyperia, but it looks like this month I'm going to work towards focusing on trying to get runes for Era Duels. Since the Era Duels is in the pass and is free, Social Point has basically held my arm behind my back and said that I have to play with whales. So I am going to try to mutate some runes and try to go in there at least prepared enough to try and make the list. When I say the list, I just mean whatever it keeps track of, top 100 or top 150, whatever the list that it actually keeps names. I'm going to try to get my name on that list. That's the goal. I will spend gems to open up rune slots early if I'm going to use that monster in the Era Duels. I don't know what monsters I'm going to use in the Era Duels yet, but my eyes are on the race monster, my eyes are on the PvP monster, my eyes are on the taunt monster that's coming in the Tails event, and my eyes are on a monster that hasn't even been released yet that looks like it could be an anticipator. It's a nature monster that looks like a werewolf kind of, but it's kind of got that dexterity look like a Tejan does, so I'm thinking it could have anticipate. And my plan on runes is mainly, since you can't wear relics, is to definitely try and get some stamina on the runes, especially like an example would be if you're going to use Vampira. I definitely want, or Fampastral, however her name is said. I definitely want extra stamina on her. The last thing I want to do is extra turn, have to charge. I'd like to be able to exhaust her spells or skills before having to charge. So if we have to put 2 speed staminas on her, that's cool with me. And then I want to look towards having most likely a strength stamina for whoever I run in the attack spot. I have a hard time understanding how we get away with an all-speed team, but it might happen. If you're able to get the purrs down and stuff, the PvP monster is not the worst. But considering that I am not a whale and I don't have 12 mutant runes on my team, I'm looking to have to play from scratch. So it's probably not in my best interest to copy whatever the meta is in the Era Duels, because if I'm copying the meta, then I'm going to be in the mirror, and if I'm in the mirror, I'm going to be the the weaker link because I'm not going to have the gear to match the same exact team that has better gear. So my advantage would be to play with something that's not as common or to play with something that I'm more comfortable with. So I can't wait to see the rest of the monsters that come out in the season. Currently, we know 7 of them as a free to play because I don't have access to whatever shows up on this page. So I kind of hope that the spenders will stay more to this page, to be honest, because if the spenders are more on that page, I feel like it gives me more of a chance because I'm free to play. Whereas if the spenders are more on this page, that gives me less of a chance because that means they're going to be using what I'm using, but theirs is going to be better. So, as is, without this last monster, oh yeah, and then you can't forget over here the Witch Cat. The Witch Cat is probably a better option than Aerobat, but I'm not sure yet. Considering though the traits, I like the Orzmic trait the best. He's got taunt, and then I don't know much about this immune to stun guy. But when it comes to this guy, he's not that slow. He's got decent life. He's got taunt, and then she's as fast as it gets. She's tied with Ferris and Ignis, so I'm really hoping that she stays good enough to run because I already have her, and then it'll give me since she's good in PvP and she's good in the gauntlet, it'll give me an excuse to open up her rune slots just in case mine aren't open. But yeah, that's the 2 monsters that I would lean towards so far. Would be like if I had to make a team, I'd probably go with Vampira, Oro, and Aerobat. That would be my team so far. The Epic doesn't really matter. You can't add enough speed to him. But I'm really hoping that question mark, that hidden spot, is an anticipation monster. That's what I'm really hoping on. But if it's not an anticipation monster, then I definitely want me an extra turn monster that's going to be going ham and see if we can get away with that. Maybe even get stuck trying to do team speed everybody and just go with the extra turns and the taunt monster. I don't know yet, but you'll have to stay tuned to see what we do. I will most likely be streaming it. It is definitely a disadvantage to stream something like the duels where people can stream snipe you, meaning they can see what you're using, build a team they know is good against that, and then try to get into a fight with you through doing duels at the same time. But it's pretty rare. I mean, people try to do that to me already while I do regular plain live classic duels, and it doesn't really work very well. So I'm not really going to worry so much about that as much as I just want to be able to make content without having to go back and edit hours of footage. And I think the best way to do that would be live. Plus, then you can see that I don't basically cut out anything that's important. I'm not about trying to create some image that I'm not. If I suck, I suck. If I don't suck, I don't suck. I'd rather share with you guys my experience as my experience happens instead of my experience after being filtered through, a filter. I'm just not into that. So that's what's going on my channel. Is this month is basically we're prepping for that duel, and then we're hoping and praying that next month that's not going to happen again. That next month they're going to take that shit out of the pass. I don't want anything to do with it. It's a ripoff. If they don't take it out though, it's an encouragement to make sure that I start getting my mutant runes, so that way I don't know how many months it would take, but eventually there would come a time where I wouldn't be able to use the excuse, oh, I don't have 12 mutant runes. They'd be like, well, you've had 6 months. Why don't you have 12 mutant runes? You get three plus runes a week, not even or a month, not even counting the book rewards. So you should be able to have mutant runes. And my answer would be, oh, well, I've been busy making gold runes, so I can't make mutant runes. Yeah, that's basically where it's got me stuck at, is you have to pick, either make mutant runes or make gold runes. You can't do both. We are going to keep basically taking all of our 4s, all of our 5s, and sticking them in here and putting them on Hyperia. I feel like 2 weeks of that should get me a nice chunk on these Hyperias. The hardest part about the Hyperias is not even going to be putting runes on them or feeding them or anything like that. The hardest part about Hyperias is only having legendary habitats that are like level 3 and level 2, and then having to spend 100 mil to max them. That's the biggest problem. 100 mil is hard to make, and then just be able to drop, 4 of it on Habs in a day is pretty crazy. So yeah, that's what's going on my channel. Nothing super special. I will keep you guys informed with whatever I do in the next couple of days to make preparations for what's going on. But to give you a rundown of what's going on with my hatchery, we just got those 2 cosmics. I've fallen behind on cosmics. I have, I guess that's Froma crafting. I've got the maze monster to craft. I've still got Urmel to craft. Zenfire, I have enough cells for rank 5 plus to make some more. So I've had a huge, wonder of would it be good? Would it be good in Grandmaster Duels? I really don't have any intentions of running the same damn shit that everybody else runs in Grandmaster Duels. Like recently in my Discord, I've seen, like 4 different people telling me they run the exact same team in Grandmaster Duels. Like, I get it if it works and it's paying you dividends, just like everybody's running the same teams in the Gauntlet because it works and it pays you dividends. But also, if I was behind the pack and instead of in front of the pack, I would be trying to innovate more. Meaning, like, if everybody else was already using a certain Gauntlet team before I started the Gauntlet, I probably would use a different team than them. Mainly just because I like to innovate. But it doesn't mean I'm going to run trash. Meaning, if there's clearly a best option, I would try the best option. But in my sense, I don't think that there's necessarily a best option in Grandmaster Duels. I think it's more of meta, sort of just like PvP. I don't think there's necessarily a best PvP team. You just kind of got groups of people that have their stuff invested certain ways and they like to play with certain monsters, and it works out that way. I don't think that Social Point pretty much, if there's a meta that is the same for everyone, it's because Social Point made it, not because you made it. So either way, that's what's going on there. And my ranker, I need to get busy again on the ranker, and how I know which ones I need to rank is we go to the book pages. We are on trying to do Pump Seeds book, which is exclusive. We have to rank Wicca, and we have to rank Thundir still. So those are who we're going to rank right now. I've already extracted the cells for Wicca. And I think we are currently extracting, yeah, so in 15 hours I can rank Thundir. And then that gives me the whole page, I believe. Let me go back one more time, double check the page. Actually, I think I need to rank Pumpkin himself. Yes, that's who we're going to stick in the ranker now. It only costs 12 gems to rank a legend, and this race I plan on doing epics because my team seemed to basically need more epics than legends. I had legends ready last race, and it took me almost all race to be able to use my legends on a quest because they just didn't come very often, or I wasn't online when they did come. But epics were there constantly with no one doing them. So if I just keep 3 epics in there, and then I'll collect them and do 3 more, and collect them and do 3 more, and maybe get 9 epics done in the race this race. So that's what's going on. As soon as the Thundir's done, I'll pay 12 gems and throw him in there too. And the main reason why I be paying the gems is because I am so sick of not having my mythics ranked by the time race comes. And I have plenty of Stardust to be working on the ranks. We will be ranking, or cap ranking out our Vampira. The first monster that I'm probably going to rank 5 is Tabora, I think. And then we will follow Lindworm behind her. And probably Vampira behind Lindworm would be my guess. If nothing changes, I think those are my 3 highest demand ranks, and then I will slowly but surely work on the quest monster. I think he is extremely good, and I will work on trying to rank whichever ones we get decent cells for. I will probably slap over and drop 70 on Teddy VR eventually so that he can become a better bait monster in the gauntlet now that I have extra Thetis armor. I just need to get them ranked, leveled. When they get more leveled, he'll become more more motivation for me to rank up. But currently, they're not high enough level to max drain, so there's no real like rush to rank him up. There's more of a rush to make sure that I get all of the cosmic page unlocked and then start it to rank, so that way by race I'm only waiting on the maze monster and nothing else at all. So yes, I think I covered everything that's going on. Oh, in the maze, I definitely went ahead and I got the monster from the hidden path, and then I will be trying to save all of my coins from now on, which is 4 days. I think that's almost 5k coins. Should be roughly like 4,800 or something, and I'm going to try and see if that's enough to unlock Raken. I am not actually sure if it is enough, but that's what my goal is going to be, is to not even focus on getting any of this Lightmare's cells from this main path, but trying to get Graken on the 30% discount, or as close to unlocking him as I can. The discount comes when there's 1 day and 18 hours left, so I have plenty of time to start saving up. And I will probably use alarms to try and help me get as many as possible. It didn't work on the hidden path. I slept through an alarm and a half, so yeah, I missed. Usually, if you're good and you've been collecting at max, or you haven't missed any collections, when the limited time path comes, you can unlock the whole entire monster in the 10% discount. Meaning, if you're a move short or you're 2 moves short, it's because you were short collecting. It's usually, if you max collect, you can get that monster as soon as the 10% comes. Me, I was 1 move away, and I had to do a collect and a half before I could get it. So anyway, guys, thanks to everyone who comes to the channel. Now you know what I'm up to this month, which is preparing for the Era Duels. And stay tuned tomorrow for a new vid. Later.